Alright guys, in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how you can get infinite stamina. So essentially infinite stamina, I'm just going to give you the basic answer right here. It just happens through progressive overload and playing more. You progressively overload the amount of notes you play at the time, and you progressively overload your limits for how many notes you can play at a row. So that's basically your solution right there. If you want to get infinite stamina, I don't think it's necessarily a thing, but it's more like a thing where you can play so many notes in a row where it seems like you have infinite stamina, because no streams are like basically going to get higher than like 300 notes in a row, right? But a lot of other maps might have like 20,000 notes in a row, like how Roaz did with 270 BPM or something like that. But infinite stamina can be attained through progressive overload and playing more. I know that's a really crazy answer, but I'm just going to give you guys a bit of my story about how I achieved a bit of infinite stamina. So I would say I have like infinite stamina for stream speeds from 160 to about 190-ish, something like that. I don't have infinite stamina like higher than that, but I basically got it through playing more. So I wasn't really much of a stream. I mean, I was a stream player, but then I got into speed, and then once I got into speed, I neglected my ability to play like lower BPM streams, like 160 to 190. So I just started playing it more, just more and more, just speed maps, and basically we just progressively overload, just playing more maps that got more and more stamina. I'm gonna recommend some maps in the link below, basically like Sidetrack Days, Blue Zenith, Ascension to Heaven. Like all these maps are gonna increase your stamina. Basically just play those to get better at those. But that's a really simple answer for infinite stamina, how to attain it. But you guys also want to be careful, because there is a point where if you play so much where your pain gets really crazy, pain is a signal for you to stop doing whatever is causing that. If you're getting like a really fucked up pain from playing too much, then you should probably chill out and just take a break. But I also want to give you guys an interesting technique from Roaz. So this is a video, like a podcast episode between me and him. I haven't released it yet. It is like made, but might be released later. But basically what he said is that in his play from 20,000 notes, about 280 BPM, how he did that was that what Roaz does when he plays 300 BPM is that instead of playing with your fingers primarily, he plays with his wrist. Like he's going all over the place and shit, right? So what Roaz did instead to go play that 282 BPM 20,000 notes in a row, and he literally stopped playing because he got fucking bored. But anyways, he was playing that because he was cycling, playing with his fingers and wrist. So Roaz, he plays 300 BPM plus with his wrist primarily, but everything below that is with his fingers. Like me personally, I play everything with my fingers instead of my wrist stuff. I don't even know how you play with your wrist like that. But basically he was playing, cycling between his fingers and wrist. So if his fingers got tired while he's playing it, then he goes plays with his wrist. If his wrist gets tired, he goes back to his fingers. And that's how he can attain infinite stamina, by cycling the method of tapping. So that's a technique you can try for higher BPM speeds for infinite stamina. But anyways, this is pretty much play more. That's my simple answer for how to attain infinite stamina. If you guys want a pretty straightforward guide on how to get more infinite stamina, it's just pretty much you start at the burst, and then you go to the streams, and then you increase your BPM. So let's say you start at 160 BPM, you start the burst at 160 BPM, then you go to the streams, and then you play that for a bit, and then after a bit you progressively overload by playing plus 5 BPM, plus 10 BPM. Now you're at 170 bursts, 170 streams, and then eventually you get to the point where you start going all over the place, just infinite stamina all over the place, bro. That's kind of your guide on how to get better at speed. It's just finger control and burst, and then you get this or streams. Pretty simple answer right there. I don't even know what else to say about infinite stamina. It's really that simple. Just progressively overload your plane. A zero cost way to support this channel is subscribe to it, share it to a friend that might need it, and you guys can also join my Discord servers in the link below. We got multis and cool stuff like that. So yeah.